What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today you join me with a very cool classic. Since new cars are not that fun anymore, we thought we'd go the other way and start driving cool classics and iconic cars. So today we're going to check out this 1988 Mercedes-Benz 560 SE. This car is owned by Thijs Timmermans. You know the company with the same name, where we've driven countless super cool cars. This is one of his private cars, and as you can see, he's a true petrol head, and he really loves cars from like the 80s and the 90s. So he's got a couple really cool ones. He also just bought a 750i from the same time. So yeah, he has some very good taste in cars as well. So massive thanks for letting us have a go and sharing this with our audience, which I think is super cool because it is a very cool car and it is in really good condition. So I'm going to show you around it. We'll talk a bit about the W126 S-Class in general, the 560, the SE part, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Yes, we will, because this thing is awesome. But you'll see that later on at the Autobahn. So at the front, we've got a very classic Mercedes-Benz grille, the true Mercedes-Benz grille with the old logo and the star on top, and like proportionally speaking, it's so good because it's just a little bit too big for the front, if you ask me, and that makes it perfect because you want that grille to be kind of the eye catcher. That's what you're looking at immediately. It looks awesome. We've got little wipers for the headlights, which is also super cool, optional extra. Blinkers, everything just looks cooler on old cars. I don't know what that is. On the registration it says that it's a 1988, built in 1988, but it's actually an 89 registration. They built the 560 SEs from 89 to 91. The W126 was built from 79 to 91, and it was the second generation S-Class after the W116. And it was the predecessor to the W140, which was also a very cool car. But this is for a lot of people like the definitive S-Class. It was a lot better than the W116. It was lighter, more comfortable, more quiet, better handling. And also it marks sort of the beginning of some electronic and technological innovations that Mercedes started doing in the S-Class. So S stands for Sonderklasse, so it's like the super class of car. And then you've got 560, so it's like the top dog, of course. The E stands for Einspritzer, so that is injection. So you've got SE, it's the S-Class Einspritzer. And then you've got the L is the long wheelbase version. The C is the coupe. I actually have a friend who has a 500 SEC, which is also super cool. He might also come for a visit for some videos later this year. So the coupe is also iconic, super cool car. SEC, you've got SE, that's this one, and actually it is quite a rare sight. So they only made around 1,250 of these SEs, so the short wheelbase S-Class 560 with the 5.5 liter V8. So quite a rare sight to behold, and what a sight to behold. Such a cool vibe, basically. It's just the entire car is a vibe. I love that. So let's have a look at the front. As you can see, Thijs properly uses it. See? This is it's properly dirty, and he has a lot of cars to choose from. I think both at home and at his company, and he's still this is what he's been driving a lot lately, and I think that's super cool. 215 Michelins at the front, a 6.5 tire, so 65 tire, so quite a high tire. 15-inch, beautiful little wheels. Behind that, it's got brakes, and they actually work. I was not expecting that, but it's not bad. Also, suspension super nice and soft. You can see the entire car bouncing, so nice. A lot of chrome. This is a facelift, so as I said, 79 they started building it. It had a couple of facelifts until 91 when they stopped. So partly is the more flat side and also the little chrome strips. We've got chrome around the windows as well. We've got these vault doors. Listen to this. It's apparently it's quite over-engineered, this car. So at the rear we've got 215, 65 and 15s as well, so same size all around. We've got a boot. Well, the vibe of the car is also kind of like, I don't know, Eastern European mob boss circa 1999, or maybe African dictator. But you do definitely have a boot that's large enough to get, well, at least one body in there, maybe two, maybe even more if you cut them up. But it is a seriously big boot for such a this size car. It's 505 liters, which is pretty damn good. Cool badge as well, 560 SE. Let's have a look at the engine. Which is the M117 5.547 cc V8. I saw for some reasons a lot of places they call it a 5.6 because it's a 560, but it's a 5.5 liter V8 aluminium underblock injection, Einspritzer, single overhead cam, and depending on the emissions version you've got, so with or without catalytic converter, I guess, but I think there are a couple other versions as well. You've got between 279 and 300 horsepower and between 430 and 455 newton meters of torque, which is actually not bad because the car only weighs 1840 kilos. Yeah, it's just very light. It's like 675 kilos lighter than an S63 E-Performance that you get nowadays. So yeah, it's pretty incredible. 0 to 100, depending on the version you've got, between 6.9 and 7.2. I did 7.2, believe it or not, 40 years after it's been built. Let's have a look inside as well, because of course it's still an S-Class, so you need to see the rear, which is actually not bad. Super springy, like this is like actual springs that are in the seats in the front as well, but they are heated. 2 heating modes, which is crazy. And then you've got a little blind in the rear as well, which is electric. Little reading light there. So it is an SE ashtray, of course. So it's the regular wheelbase. The SEL is 14 centimeters longer. So you've got a lot more space in the rear because that's 14 centimeters of legroom basically in the rear. So front, we've got a beautiful interior. A lot of this walnut wood. Another ashtray there, of course. It's got a working AC, properly works, which is great. You've got memory seats as well, so 2 settings. And for the first time they introduced this like seat button layout for the electric seats on the door, which they still use, of course. Gorgeous dials as well. A lot of info, but still very clear to read with the white and black, just stunning, absolutely lovely. Cruise control, heated seats, 2 modes, electric blinds over there as well. Yeah, electric windows. It's like a fully loaded car. Sunroof, and of course a nice thin steering wheel. Oh, that door, it's like vault. It's a vault door. It's like G-Class, but even deeper. Yeah, steering wheel. Later they also got an airbag on the wheel, but we have the pre-airbag version. 4-speed automatic gearbox with 2 settings. So we've got standard, which is the S right there, and economic, which is E. We're going to go for S because it's quite a big difference. The standard just is a little bit less asleep. So when you drive it, the first thing you notice is of course that wobbly, bouncy suspension. the car moves around a lot, and when you do this, you just sort of fall out of your seat. But it's so comfy. It feels really solid. Like, listen to that. There are very small creaks coming from the interior, but that's more like the seats probably and my weight. But that is really, really good. And because this is the short wheelbase version, of course, it handles better than the long wheelbase version. So this is like the sport sedan version. Kick down. Look at it. That is honestly, it's more than fast enough. It kind of blew my mind when I first did a kick down, because it feels like properly swift, like quick. It doesn't have an issue getting it moving. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's 1800 kilos, 300 horsepower around there somewhere. It's really, really good. Also, I kind of love that whole the bouncy, rolly handling with the thin rimmed steering wheel. It makes me feel like I'm driving a US muscle car, but like more limo version of that, which is awesome. Okay, so if we do a launch, like full throttle, first gear, it short shifts at 4,000 RPM, and then it goes all the way, and then you've got 100. Brakes, as I said, they work. I'm guessing the guys at Thijs Timmermans, the mechanics, have freshened this up, because this feels great. Let me just see what happens if I go to E and do a pull away. So it does. So is this S? I find this very confusing. Is it S if I'm seeing the S, or is it S if the button is on the S? This feels more. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one, definitely. If this is not the one, then I'm crazy. This kick down is better. It kicks down earlier, and it just feels a little bit more awake. So I'm going to guess that this is it. Anyway, I got the 7.2, which is, according to the registration, the 0 to 100 time of this particular car. So yeah, I'm guessing I've got the right setting there. 7.2, 40 years old, still doing its thing. I mean, only 64,000 kilometers, but still. What a cool car. I love the fact that we're doing more older cars now, and I'm going to try and find more cool old ones. Okay, so here we go. Kick down onto the Autobahn. 100 to 200. Of course we measured that, because this thing is awesome. So as you can see, here we go. It almost feels like it's happier going a little bit faster. And I did a 1696 100 to 200, which honestly is very impressive. Even more impressive, I hope that I will be able to show you. Thank you. This thing will still do its factory 250 kilometers an hour top speed. It will go end of speedometer 260 plus, and I hit 250 GPS earlier. So I'm going to let off because that van is moving around a little bit too much. There he goes. See? That's what I keep saying about driving on the Autobahn. You just... That's what I keep saying about driving on the Autobahn. You just need to look ahead, don't do anything stupid, and just let off the throttle if you even slightly suspect someone might go left. just give them the space to go left, and then you accelerate again. We're all here, you know, we were all enjoying it together. Just be kind. Don't be an asshole. Just drive fast, safely. Okay, so PSA over. That AC is super nice. I mean, I'm just chilling over here. It's the seats, I mean, they are very comfy, but you can feel sort of the springs below. So it's not the best seating position, I would say, but it is very comfy because the suspension is so comfortable. You almost have like a two-stage suspension, right? So when you hit a bump, you bounce in your seat as well as the car that goes up and down on its suspension. Bumps. Oh, that's good. So it also feels, because you have that long bonnet with that star at the front, it feels like a proper dictator car. It's like, it has a sort of aura, right? Which is super awesome. So I've got a truck and a car behind it. The car's probably going left. Let off the throttle, there it goes. And there we go again. What a car, holy frick. The fact that you just have to remind yourself that this is 40 years old. This is from 1988, almost 40 years old, but the car was introduced in 1979, which is almost 50 years old. And that just boggles my mind, honestly. This must have been such a leap forward back then. This must have felt like a spaceship when people first started driving this. And compared to other cars as well, this is also cool about driving more old cars. We can compare them, so maybe drive an Audi V8 or a 7 Series or an XJ from that time and see what they were all like. Yeah, let's do that. That's cool. We just have to find the cars that you can actually do this with, because I think this is pretty damn rare. The fact that you have an owner who drives it, actually drives it a lot, who drives it at top speed himself as well, and then gives us the car to do top speed with, I think is a pretty rare situation. But we'll try and see if we can get some more cool old cars. There's just a suppleness to the car that you expect from an S-Class. It's just, you know, everything is a little bit older, of course, but it still has that suppleness, that gliding quality, that sort of de-stressing. It's a de-stressing car. I like that. Of course, a 5-speed gearbox would have been nice, because now sometimes you really want it to downshift and it doesn't. But also, I don't know, yeah, maybe that also kind of makes it even more like relaxing, because it's just, you have a little bit longer gears. Just, yeah, this is full throttle, it just pulls. Kick down doesn't work, it just pulls. What an awesome car. My wife would absolutely adore this as a daily. She would, I mean, I hope she never watches this video, because then I'll have some explaining to do. Oh, great. Thijs, thank you so much for letting us have a go. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it. I mean, I love the fact that you drive it so much, and I understand why. It's awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed the video as well. Make sure you subscribe by clicking the big button. I promise that I will go and find some more fast, old, cool cars to make videos with. Check out the video on the right if you want to watch another one, or go to the playlist of reviews for more. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.